Are we ready?
Yeah, we are ready. We are ready.
Okay. We're ready? Okay.
I don't go to the city every day, but when I do, I eat well. Very well.
And you drink Dos Equis.
Nope.
Isn't
Not
that
really much of a beer drinker. Strazza would have loved my day in the city yesterday.
No.
He would have loved it.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda. All right, let's go.
That's what he gets for being a Florida man.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Run it. I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground and it go off. Yeah, hit the ground and it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground and it go off. Yeah, hit the ground and it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah.
Welcome to October. Welcome to Q4. This is the morning show. Spencer, Steve, JC, Alfonso, or Rick with you this morning. We got to talk about these monthly candles and maybe quarterly candles. I don't know. JC and the guys have put together a few of their favorite monthly candle charts, so we will review those. We'll review some of the biggest trends from September, what that means going forward. Some news to discuss this morning as well. We did have a few minutes ago, JC, we did have an ADP number, which normally we really don't care about. Maybe we care a little bit more, only because no government data during a shutdown. JC, it's your favorite side effect of a government shutdown. No government data. We'll see. Okay, we'll have Brian Lund on the show. We'll have Mary stop by. We'll have Kenny stop by. Do me a favor, hit the like button, please, and thank you. Let's bring on JC and Steve. Here we go.
All right, we got some new monthly candles. I woke up bright and early this morning, despite getting home late, past my bedtime last night. Despite all that, was up bright and early. Can't sleep. I didn't get home till like 2 o'clock in the morning last night.
That's not good. Irresponsible.
I was up at 6, charting, doing my thing. It's late night. It was, 12:30 at night. I'm in the Upper East Side. I'm like, I gotta go home. This is too late for me.
This is yes.
Dude, in the old days, I could just take a quick cab and be in my apartment in 5 minutes from anywhere I was in the city. Not anymore. Now we got tunnels, rivers,
bridges,
highways.
Tunnels, highways, interstates, tolls. It's a whole thing.
Going from the Upper East Side to the Holland Tunnel in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Forgot about it. We got monthly candles though, man. I couldn't sleep. I was so excited. It's like Christmas, Easter, New Year's, and Hanukkah all in one, right?
And on top of the monthly candles, we have no government data, JC. No economic data.
I say keep them shut down.
Yeah,
you want to shut them down? You don't want to work? Then get the fuck out of here. I
don't think it's the workers that are at issue here. I think they would gladly work.
I don't think anybody cares. I've checked the data of these alleged shutdowns, and the market continues to prove time and time again that it does not care.
There's not much here.
And so if the market does not care, then why should I, Spencer? Why should I give a damn about your government and their shutdown?
Well, that just the only reason you should care is for the reason I just mentioned. You yourself would probably be pleased knowing that we're not going to get a jobs number. We might not get CPI when it comes out.
Oh my God! What are we going to do? How are we going to arbitrarily adjust the price of things for this random number? Without that number, I don't know what we're going to do.
I don't know, honestly.
How are old angry trolls gonna survive in this environment without having something to adjust their price by?
Strazza, you good? Okay, Strazza's here.
Strazza, not shut down.
They can't help the thing about government shutdowns.
Steve, you're on the wrong mic.
You're on the wrong mic.
I'm having IT problems, guys, this morning.
I know, but that hat is sweet though.
Oh wait, no. Come.
What do you say we do a little state of the market, Spencer?
All right. Well, all right. Hopefully, Steve can figure it out by the time we're done with that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got the Dow futures down 150 points this morning. It's about 1/3%. S&P 500 down about 0.5%. 30 handles, 6,700 and change. Nasdaq 100 futures leading the way lower, down a little bit over 0.5%. About 130 handles, 24,766. 30-year bond futures up 1/3%, pushing 117. Crude oil down about 0.75% at 62. Copper flat at 486. Gold up 0.75%, 3,900. 3,900, guys. This is real. 3,900 for gold. 1.8% to the upside in silver. 47.5 for silver, with the VIX up 3% on the day, still pushing 17 for the VIX. Wow. Over in funny money land, we got Bitcoin at 116,500, up 2.2%. That's 2,500 points to the upside for BTC. Ethereum 4,300, up almost 4% on the day. Solana up almost 5% on the day at 219, and that brings the total crypto market cap, Mr. Spencer Israel, 3.94 trillion, highest quarterly close for total crypto market cap ever. And for those who keeping score, highest monthly close for total crypto market cap ever. How do we feel about this morning's futures?
I feel like the cryptos are dipping and ripping.
Should we care about like monthly or quarterly closes in a 24/7 market? Does that matter? Does that matter as much?
It matters to me, and I'm the one that makes the decisions around here.
Oh, okay.
Right? Strazza, right? I mean, my decisions matter to only me, and my portfolio is the only one that matters, right? So Strazza, as somebody whose portfolio only matters to you, doesn't matter.
There's something there. Yeah. It's a longer time frame than I usually operate on, right? But totally, it's important. Get a weekly close.
You know, I was a never quarterly guy, and one David Cox converted me a few years back, and so I look at quarterly candles. I mean, it's only 4 times a year. It's not like that big of a deal, right?
I think quarterly analysis makes a lot more sense than probably most people realize, because a lot of managers, a lot of money flow is operating on a quarterly time frame or mindset.
I got a quarterly chart for you. Throw slide 5. This one might be the most interesting quarterly chart.
It's also reporting at the end of each quarter, and that matters too.
This is a quarterly candlestick chart of Russell 2000 ETF going back 25 years. And this is the highest quarterly close for the Russell 2000 ETF ever. Does this matter? Or is it go to the one just above? Go to the monthly. So this one, new all-time monthly closing high for the Russell 2000 by a nose hair. Like by like a legit like nose hair, barely closed at a new all-time high. So does this count, or does it not count yet?
No. So to me, this isn't a valid breakout yet. Right. Regardless of the fact that it got the weekly or quarterly, whatever close, I need to see a decisive breakout on a daily basis.
Yeah. So monthly all-time high close, quarterly all-time high close. Not convinced that this is it quite yet. Close, not quite yet though, right?
Yeah, I mean, just look at the chart, right? Look at the daily chart. Is that breakout in the books? I don't think anybody would say yes quite yet.
Yeah, I agree. So, okay, so quarterly breakout, monthly breakout, but on a daily time frame, still right around there.
It's one big green candle, right? It could happen today. It could happen tomorrow. A couple points away.
Isn't that the market right now? It can be categorized. It's just one big green candle, right? It's just the whole market.
Not quite.
No, it seems like that way.
Here, throw up the news slide too, and then you'll see what Steve is talking about. And as somebody who is here to talk about monthly candlesticks, talk about quarterly candlesticks, I'm gonna go with Strazza that the daily is probably the most important one of all of them here on the small caps. Yes, highest quarterly close ever. Yes, highest monthly close ever. But this one, to me, I still got to see it. It still might take some time. Could happen today. Strazza's right. One big green candle away. But this is it. Think it's happening, Strazza? Is this it? Is this it for small caps?
Gun in my head, yeah. I think it gets it done here. Maybe it takes a couple weeks or a couple days, but yeah, I think so. And wow, what bullish information that'll be for the broader market once this breakout is finally in the books.
Yeah, Ari Wald is the one that's always pounding the table on this, and I don't, I don't necessarily weigh the small caps as heavily as he does. He basically treats the Russell 2000 as the Dow theory confirmation with something like the S&P 500. So he really, puts the small caps up on a pedestal more so than me. I'm not going to disagree with him. Hard for me to disagree with Ari. You know how I feel about Ari. He's the man.
He's so good. Your guys' video was so good. I thought Patrick and I had a great time. Really told the story, beginning to end, about small caps yesterday. So make sure everybody checks these videos.
You know who's a big fan of a one Patrick Dunawilla?
Huh?
You know who was a big fan of a one Patrick Dunawilla, who I had drinks with yesterday? Frank Capillari, big Patrick fan.
I did know that. They had a phone call when I was with Patrick the other day.
Dude, they have a little bit of a bromance. You and Frank Capillari have a little bit of a bromance as well, right?
Frank's one of the best guys in our business. Everyone loves him because you can't not. He's just fantastic.
He's the man.
I know.
Dude,
I'm hearing rumors
50.
about those
Frank is 50?
He looks 40. No.
Yeah, he does. He does look 40.
Listen, we've been doing a lot on small caps. I feel like every other day, JC, you or I are going on. We're doing like a small cap video. It's important. And as long as this story keeps shaping up, I mean, I think there's a massive runway here. And I think the next big winners and the next big leaders in this cycle are coming from these small cap ponds. And they're not going to be your everyday names that you've heard of and that you've owned and have been in your portfolio for several cycles already. They're going to be names that you've never heard of.
Can we go up to slide 10? To kind of reiterate what Strazza's talking about. There's new things that are happening, and I want to give a shout out to Rocco. Big shout out to Rocco. He is the owner and the chef over at L'Incontro. L'Incontro in the Upper East Side last night. Let me tell you something, Mr. Strazza. Woo! Rocco, Chef Rocco, watches our show. Big fan.
Yeah.
Big fan of ours.
That's great.
And
Shout out to
so I just want to give a big shout out to Rocco. Next time you're in the Upper East Side, go 82nd and 2nd. Go say what's up to Rocco. Tell him JC sent you. Big fan of the morning show. Very cool last night. Very, very cool. So here is the IFA. So these are developed markets outside of North America, right? This is something that a lot of investors aren't quite used to. This is the highest close ever for IFA. IFA is one of the most important indexes on the planet. You're getting a lot of Europe, a lot of Japan here. You're getting Australia and other developed markets. New all-time highs. And this gets back to when people are like, oh my God, all this winning is unsustainable. So much winning is unsustainable. The bubble's going to fall any moment. The house of cards, all those things they say. Europe's done nothing for 20 years. IFA's just getting going. So like when you really zoom out, I really, really think, it answers the question, like, is all this winning unsustainable? If it was unsustainable winning, then perhaps some of these things are just getting going. How much do you think the small cap breakout and the global broadening is tied together? Or do you think they're different?
I think they're very similar because a lot of times it's a growth value story. So these trends tend to move together. And I think that when you look outside the U.S. to EFA and EFA-like markets around the globe, small caps are already working in a lot of these countries, far better than they're working here in the United States. So I think while you've gotten that broadening around the world, you're almost getting that small cap broadening now coming back to the U.S. I think it's coming soon. I also think there's a QEFA, which is like a small cap version of this, which looks decently liquid. Spider? Oh no, I take that back. Not decently liquid. It's okay. A lot of these international ETFs, it's a shame how illiquid they are.
Throw up the China.
Ty, I could trade just about any of them though.
Throw up to China. How about
Good
that? New 4-year highs.
Yeah. You like that?
I think I do like that. Here's one that I like for sure. Throw up slide 2, the new slide 2, please, guys. This one's for Spencer.
Still waiting for
I have a
JD
question.
to break out.
This is slide 2 for Spencer. Here you go, Spencer. This is the highest monthly close ever for a one Tesla automaker from Texas.
Yeah, my question is related to this, actually.
I'm so over this conversation.
Which one?
No.
Tesla.
It's not about Tesla.
It doubling in a few months. Is that not entertaining for you? Highest monthly close ever, no big deal.
You know how many stocks have doubled or more than doubled off the April lows? You know what Bitcoin miners have done off the April lows? You could have bought the Bitcoin mining index and quadrupled that performance.
And for the record, these Bitcoin miners are $1 billion, $2 billion.
Welcome.
They're a drop in the bucket. They're a rounding error. This is a real company with real market capitalization worth $1 trillion.
What's the difference? If you're trading Bitcoin miners or trading Tesla, the percentage
you don't even know how many zeros. You don't even know how many zeros are in a trillion. I don't even. It's a lot. It's so many zeros that I can't even count.
You're talking about this for a trade.
Commas.
Why do you care how big it is? It comes with just as much headline risk as a Bitcoin miner.
For a $1 billion company to go to $2 billion can fucking happen in 2 minutes. For a $1 trillion company to go to $2 trillion is not that easy.
Right. So maybe fish more in the small cap ponds. I don't know. This is what you're making my point.
Wait, I have a question.
Discretionary sector.
It is easier for small caps to go up faster. You're right. That's why we like them so much.
Wait, was anyone else surprised at the September performance from the Qs versus the Russell, and how much better the Qs were?
The chat says you get emo over Tesla.
That's what Spencer says, and I don't. You know, it's just so much winning. It's just so much money. I don't know what to do with all the money that we're making.
No,
I don't know what to do.
Wait, in all seriousness, can we please square this circle? The small cap circle versus the fact that the Qs beat it last month. Nvidia's up 7% in September, right? Apple's up almost 10% in September. Google's up
all-time highs in semiconductors, the world's most important stocks.
Google's up 14% in September.
So what are you trying to say? Things are looking really freaking good out there? I'm trying to square that small cap, mega cap circle, right? What do you mean? Well, there's no circle to square. You can almost throw a fucking dart at this market. That's what's going on here. Everything is starting to work. And the shitty things that weren't working yesterday, hey, pot stocks, there's a higher and higher likelihood that they're working tomorrow. That's just where we're at.
All right, let's talk about something that's not working. Throw up slide 10. JC talking about the fundamentals of Tesla? No.
Oh, shit.
Fake news. Nobody's talking about the fundamentals of Tesla.
Nobody wants
What even are those things?
All right, this is interesting because what the hell's going on here?
Not going up. Going up.
All right, haven't been making money on these things past few sessions. So XLE down big since it looked like it was breaking out of a pretty solid, holding pattern. Late last week, Friday, right? Hit our highest level since Q1.
You like this? You like this Solaris Energy, SEI?
Everybody's talking about it, so I like it less for that reason.
Who's everybody?
It's coming up a lot. It's solar. Isn't it solar? This is solar, isn't it?
No, this is.
Or did they just put solar in their name to confuse me?
It's Solaris. It's not solar.
I don't know.
Solaris.
I don't know. Why would you do that?
It's from Houston. They don't do solar in Houston. That's like against the. I think that's against the law in Houston.
No, this is a traditional then.
Oil and gas equipment and services.
Great. It looks fantastic.
They provide mobile and scalable equipment-based solutions. for
No, I like it a
distributed
lot.
power generation and management of raw material. They lost me.
It's one of the best looking charts.
It is one of the best looking charts.
Period.
I got money to put to work from all that winning in Tesla.
So yeah, and I would put it to work. I think it's a great time to redeploy. How about something like Oxy that interests you less?
I mean,
It
Oxy
interests
doesn't look like Solaris.
it interests Berkshire
Well-
Hathaway.
When was the last purchase from Berkshire?
Well, did
You
you
could
see the
have some
news?
big trades here,
Did you
though.
see the news overnight?
No.
That they're gonna buy Oxy's petrochemical unit for $10 billion. So
A lot.
So I'm kind of over the news around Berkshire.
Warren Buffett's
You know?
leaving, so you're over it.
Remember when we had
I want
we were supposed to sell all our stocks because Warren Buffett was raising cash? Remember these assholes telling you like, "Oh, JC, you think you're smarter than Warren Buffett?"
No,
Yeah, just less Berkshire news is good for me.
nobody with half a brain thinks that Berkshire raising cash is a signal.
Dude, you know how many articles were written? You know how much trolling
That's my
I
thing.
received
Yeah,
from
Yeah,
these
but
assholes?
it's stupid.
You got to read between the lines, and like sometimes things are just written for engagement, right? Those articles are just classic engagement bait, right? It's like, oh, this will probably do decent traffic.
The best one is the Buffett indicator. This is the
Yeah.
indicator that he told everybody that he doesn't use, right? That he once said, like in the 80s, that he may have considered it and has never talked about it ever again. The Buffett indicator. Something, I forget what it is. I think it has something to do with like GDP or something fucking stupid like that.
It is.
And the Buffett indicator, that's the best
It's
one.
price divided by GDP.
Is that what it is? What, total market cap divided by GDP? I couldn't
Mhm.
I couldn't think of a worse way to dilute something as pure as price to dilute
but
it with something as arbitrary as GDP.
No, it's like equally as bad as like price to earnings. It's the same thing.
Wait,
Right?
do you guys see
Yeah,
Fonz's
it's
comment?
probably just as yeah, that's probably right.
It's equally as shitty. Yeah.
Fonz in the chat from Dubai he's at the CMT symposium in Dubai saying everyone's bearish crude.
I'm worried.
Everyone's bearish crude at the CMT Association.
That's what
I like
that's what
that.
Fonz said. Yeah.
All right,
worried
all right.
I'm worried
Fonz bringing in the heat from Dubai.
The boys haven't been getting much sleep out there, from what I can see.
You think Fonz? You think they're partying all night? I don't think they're partying.
I don't know. I
No.
think he's like staying up all night working. I tell him to go to sleep. Why is he here right now? What time is it in Dubai? Go to bed.
Dude, they're ahead of us. It's the middle of the
Yeah, they're
day.
ahead of us.
Nighttime? Is it nighttime? I don't know what time
it's
it
the
is.
afternoon.
I don't know what time it is here.
It's
Okay,
almost
that's
happy
fine.
hour in
That's
Dubai
okay.
right now.
Yeah.
It's 5 o'clock.
Somewhere.
They have a
Alright.
fancy dinner. Like Sam and I
Right.
have a meeting at 11, and he's like, "Oh, I'm not gonna be there. I'm gonna be at this big dinner." So they're
All right,
just living
so
the dream. These guys, living the dream.
no, it sounds great. Nobody sent me any pictures, but I know they're having. a good
I
time.
saw a picture of Sam with Ralph Akampora.
Oh, Ralph, miss him. I haven't seen Ralph in years.
Let's go to
So-
Minnesota and visit Ralph. You want to go to Minnesota?
I'm thinking about doing a little trip.
Go to Minnesota.
Not to Minnesota.
Oh, well,
No,
your window
no,
is
nope.
closed, Minnesota,
Wasn't
for
thinking
the
that.
year. Sorry.
Yeah, my window's
wait,
definitely closed. for
True, it's
Before we bring
October. You
Kenny
can't be
on,
going to
we-
Minnesota until at least May.
Can I say something about
Yes.
government shutdowns?
Please.
Sure.
The media needs stuff to talk about. Investors want things to worry about and talk to their friends about. And this is just a part of it. This is a really good one. It comes around every couple of years. People are saying, oh, we haven't had something like this in like over 10 years. Feels like just yesterday. And it's going to come and it's going to go, just like the tariffs thing and just like past government shutdowns or fears of government shutdowns before it. And it's not going to matter. The primary trend is going to continue to matter, and dips are going to be bought. So if you do get one from these dumb headlines that are probably going to continue to come out of Washington over the coming days and weeks, then they're probably buying opportunities. Be grateful and take your shot. But don't sit here and be afraid of anything. If you haven't learned one thing this year, it's maybe really discount the scary stuff that comes out of Washington.
Yeah.
And don't take it too seriously. I think this is probably a nothing burger, just like all the government shutdowns before.
I
Nobody
sold
cares.
all my
The truth
stocks
is-
during the sequester, and I never
truth
bought
is-
back in.
See, that's crazy. Real traders and investors stopped caring about this like 4 government shutdowns ago. We've been through this.
The
That's the truth about government
sequestration,
shutdown.
and then you had the taper tantrum. Remember the
Yeah,
taper?
stuff. It's all dumb.
I gotta get
Come
the
up
taper.
with crazy words. like sequestering things. I don't even know what that means.
I don't even know what that
Yeah.
means. It's a scary word, though. Sequester.
Right.
Sequestration,
But that's the
I
point.
believe.
But that's my point. These
So-
things are scary,
someone-
so you can hear all about them.
Someone tell us, because I'm obviously not watching. Maybe Steve can tell us. Are there special graphics package on CNBC? Government shutdown in red. Does it say?
Not yet.
Is it like a special red alert?
Not yet. All right.
Not yet.
Step
Not
your
yet.
game
Code
up
red.
there, CNBC. Get your shit
All right.
together. We need you to be more scary.
CNBC's been riding it fast and loose out here, bull market style. Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
All right.
we like that. I guess.
Shall we
All right.
bring in one
Yeah, let's
Kenny?
bring on Kenny, and then we'll bring on Brian Lund.
Ooh.
It's been a long time coming. They ain't cuffing my clock, they tugging. Putting up numbers, 99 pounds, and I still kept it 100. Hola. Yeah.
Mr. Kenny Glick. Hello, sir.
You forgot about Fiscal Cliff. Remember him? He was coming to get us also.
The Fiscal Cliff. That was
Oh,
a
yeah.
good one.
Yes.
Whatever happened to Cliff?
Well, it's funny that you mentioned a couple of those names. I wrote a song, We Couldn't Stop the Rally. When you tried to short it, you should just abort it. And it's all the reasons. It's basically the we didn't start the fire. I've got over 150 different reasons the market was supposed to crash or correct that none of it happened. And it's all written out to that song. So me and Billy Joel are going to get together and create it. So,
Not for nothing. You guys should. You should, I mean, I could already that part where you rattle off all the things.
yes. Inflation, stagflation, yeah, and all the diseases and all the R1, S1, you know it. You got it. You got it.
Can we record this, please?
It's right
This guy's
there.
good.
And my cousin was Billy Joel's personal chef, so I was right there.
What?
Yeah. I could have actually got an audience with Billy and pitched him the idea, and all I needed him to do was sing the
Does he
chorus.
trade? You think he trades?
I don't know, but I got to
Probably. All these rock stars, they're like they're into the markets. I've learned this over the years. A lot of these rock stars are totally into it.
Yeah.
Chefs too. Chefs and rock stars. I've learned.
Yeah, it's a cool story. My cousin was on his motorcycle, and he didn't really know who Billy Joel was. He just Billy Joel happened to pull up right next to him at a restaurant, and they just started talking about bikes. And Billy was so amazed that he didn't know who he was, and they started talking about food. And next thing you know, my cousin was Billy Joel's personal chef for 3 years. So it's pretty wild story. And I never got invited, so I never got invited to the house.
Kenny Glick. Shorting is short-lived, and you're gonna die.
Yes.
That's how I learned it from the great philosopher.
Yes, we picked our spots again yesterday. We managed to do it, but that's the entertaining part of it. Knowing when you're in a short position that you should be looking over your shoulder, because it actually helps you trade, because it's not going to last. So if you're in a short position, you're actually very, very astute and very, very focused, knowing that you better use certain levels on your way out, and also knowing that you're probably going to wind up covering and going long. So except for Path, man, where's Strazza? How awful is this stock? You finally got some news. You finally woke up, and it still gave it all back. This is one awful stock. PATH.
What a fade.
Yeah, and yesterday I was waiting. The algo was spitting it out as a short. I had played it pre-market as a long, waiting for a reason to buy it again, and never showed up. Opposed to the wonderful traded PayX, which was classic. Blue line to orange line. PayX yesterday is 6 hour long. I know, long-term investing for Kenny Glick. But
What's
it was
the ticker?
fantastic. Great chart. Yeah, gap down on earnings, bought the dip. Faux show, bro. VWAP.
Which
breaking.
one? Show the chart. I can't see.
Oh,
it.
sure, man. Here, wait, let me get these charts up. Hang
What's
on.
the ticker?
Kenny, I think it's like you have a secret number of long-term positions that you don't talk about. I feel like.
No, I don't. This is yesterday. This is only from yesterday. This is just a trade from yesterday. I'll show you why it was so special.
Right.
Basically, when you trade the way we trade, it's the same day over and over again. That's why I'm basically insane. I'm living the same day. This is Groundhog Day, but Groundhog Day is fantastic because we make money. So give me a stock that's gap down. That was, I wait for the fake out, shake out, faux show, and then there's the VWAP break, and then there's the orange line. So it's basically VWAP to VWAP. Today's VWAP to prior day VWAP. And when we get some momentum to the upside, you generally are getting there. And it took 6 hours to get there, but we got there, and we got a little bit extra on it. And it never broke trend. That's what was so nice about it. and their entry price was down here. We sold it 122.50. We sold someone that got back to the prior high at 124.50, and then we basically held it right into the close and sold it at 4 p.m. And speaking of that, I'm not holding overnights. I'm down to 2 positions now, and one's for 5 years down the road, and one I'm just swinging till December, and pretty much liquid and loving it. Going into earnings season, I don't want to have positions on.
As opposed to what? How is that different than other times?
Well, when the market's ripping, so, April and May, I had like 8 or 9 things going on. So, and if I have a decent day trade, like something like PayX, when I hold a trade all the way from 10:30 till 4 o'clock, that's when I'll say, you know what, maybe I hold on to this last 200 for an overnight. But now I'm not interested in that. So, that's where my attitude's changed. I want to be completely liquid going into earnings and not have any positions on, even if I'm thinking 5 years down the road. Speaking of that, SRAD, inexplicably, then again, not totally inexplicable, but just got hammered yesterday. This is the one stock that I own. I bought more yesterday, but I just want to point out one thing, guys. If you're a long-term trader, upgrades are not your friends. Stock had made a beautiful move from 22.50. Nobody knew about this. 25, 27, 30, 32.50. You know where it started getting upgraded? Right up here at 32, 32. And they started talking about my stock. And I was like, you know what? We probably should sell now that the analysts are liking it. And the first real sell-off has come after 3 upgrades. Not a coincidence, people. Not a coincidence.
Yeah. So let's say you're in something and you get an upgrade. Are you immediately looking to fade?
I will.
And what about on a downgrade?
Yeah, and this is the essence of how I became a day trader. Instead of selling my position, because you sell a long-term position, then you kind of don't. Sometimes you don't ever buy it back, even though you still like the idea. So instead of selling it, I'll short it that day, or that to play that little downtrend. But now I'm done shorting it. Now that I got the support, I actually bought some more on this dip. So again, I'll manage my position by shorting it as a day trade. I don't like to sell stocks that I'm really planning to own for 4 or 5 years, and that's how I traded it. Yeah.
Awesome.
So
All right.
What else?
Kenny.
What else we got? Oh, government shutdown, right? Is anybody afraid?
Yeah.
It's like your parents have gone away for the weekend and left you the house. Let's go. It's party time, right?
How do you think about it, or do you not think about it at all?
I really don't think about it at all. The one thing I can't stop seeing that clip of Trump saying how it's the president to blame if the government shuts down. I wonder how he feels about that right now. It's all over the place.
No, they said that if the S&P 500 falls 15% or 10% or something like that, then the president should be fired.
Right, yeah. Everything he says comes back, but nobody cares anyway. Talking about things that nobody cares about, nobody cares. Nobody cares about anything right now. So you go back to what works. Reddit gapping down. I'm buying it. I already bought it. Already trading it. Reddit's gap down. I don't know why it's getting slammed, but you give me a faux show, bro, and a VWAP break, I'm in. Just sold some at 209 just now. 209 out. And hopefully we get a little bit more out of it. But if it rolls over and breaks that 206, I'm out. Liking that. LAC's back. Your lithium stock. This one's gapped up. And again, looks like I'm going to short this bad boy if it rolls over, breaks these pre-market lows. So that one's in play. And also we got our, what was that? What was the earnings play? Oh, Nike. So, yeah Nike, little faux show bro action already. Haven't traded this one. But, again, that's my setup right now. Break the VWAP. I'm a buyer. Again, this market just does not want to go down. So if you break down and you shake them out, but you don't break all the way down, I look for the turn. And I probably would have bought it if I was paying attention, and that would have been a pretty good trade. That's 72.65 to 73.20. Day trader's dream, man. Scalp away, baby. And yesterday,
this Nike looks interesting here.
Yeah, I kind of do like it.
That island reversal that you're looking at from the spring into the summer.
Yeah. It's still in that really horrifying downtrend. So it's gonna be an interesting day for this one. We'll see. And again, we got a little flux in the market. There you go, Reddit. All right. See ya. I gotta go. Reddit, baby. Hang on. Sold to you. 211. All right. Have a nice day, everybody.
This is the magic. That's the magic of Kenny's room. There's always a trade. It's happening. It happens like that. Trade with him every day, guys. Hitthebid.com. He's right there. Also, Kenny's doing a live event in a couple of weeks. We'll talk more about that. Or next week, actually.
Something I want to say that's important.
Yeah, and then I'm
And then
bringing on
Kenny,
Brian.
when he talks about like nothing matters and nobody cares about anything, like, you know, he's Kenny. He's being funny. Like he's serious, but he's joking. Like let's be serious for 1 second. And this is a really important concept for everybody to understand. A lot of times, real talk, a lot of times it feels like the market doesn't care about anything. And it feels that way because the market doesn't seem to care about what you think it should care about, right? And when I say you, just generally speaking, it's like, wow, the market doesn't care about this. It's doing this. It should be doing that. The thing is about the market is that just because the market doesn't care what you think it should care about doesn't mean that the market is wrong or that this is some grift or this is some, house of cards or some bubble or some, like it doesn't have to be a bad thing just because the market doesn't care about the things that you think it should care about. The market is a forward-looking discounting mechanism, and the market is pricing in things that you're just not smart enough to know about or connected enough to know about yet because you're sitting there watching the news or whatever. The market is already pricing in things that we're not going to know or hear about for months into the future, if we ever hear about them at all. And that concept is so important to understand. Otherwise, you're going to drive yourself nuts because you're going to be one of these angry assholes who thinks that whenever the market goes up to their dismay, there must be some kind of, law breaking going on or some sort of grift taking place. I think it's really important to understand that the market doesn't care what you think. The market doesn't care what I think. The market's going to do what the market's going to do. And it's up to us as investors to respect that and act accordingly. I think it's really important. Really important.
Well said. Here.
I think it's really important.
Thank you,
Or you're going
Jason.
to drive yourself crazy.
That's right. It's like that meme from The Simpsons. It's like, surely it's like it's Grandpa, right? He's like, or no, Principal Skinner, right? It's like, are the kids wrong? Or am I wrong? No, surely it's the kids that are wrong, right? It's like, no, you're probably just an old man. Okay, let's bring on Brian Lund.
Jay, we've been friends for a long time. Make the call.
I mean, this is pretty professional, guys.
Nice show you got going here.
Oh, Mr. Brian Lund. Hello, sir.
Serious talk with JC Parets. Wow, that was pretty heavy, man. You did a one shot and, talk to the camera. That's big stuff there.
We joke around here a lot and we have fun and, it's just life. But sometimes, you gotta be serious and remind everybody that if you think for one reason, for 1 second, that the market gives a shit what you think, you're just gonna go crazy. And you see the people going crazy. You can see them. They're losing their minds, right? Don't end up like that, right?
And the only reason we say that is because we were those people at one point, right? We all went through that phase,
right. That's probably
right?
true.
So we know what it's like, and we're trying to help people avoid those mistakes. By the way, if I know you like I think I know you, last night must have been a big night at the Parets household because you got not only the monthly candles, but the quarterly candles.
I was gallivanting in the city last night. I didn't get home till 2:30 in the morning, dude. 2:30 in the morning. I was home so late. It was 12:30. I was still at a bar in the Upper East Side. I was like, I gotta go home. This is not, I don't live in the city anymore where I could just be home in 5 minutes. So last night there was not a lot of candlestick action, but I was up at 6 a.m. just ripping through monthlies. I was so excited this morning, I should be way more hungover. I'm not somehow.
Is that what JC gallivanting looks like? Being at a bar at 2 a.m. on a
well, not at 2 a.m, 12:30.
Oh, 12:30.
And no, that I'm never doing that. I could not tell you the last time I was at a bar at 12:30 at night. It's been woo.
Just the idea of being at a bar at 12:30 at night makes me tired right now.
Yes, it's not what I do at all. I mean, in the old days I used to, but not for a long time. Great restaurant, L'Incontro. Chef Rocco, big fan of our show, comes out of the kitchen taking selfies. People are like, "Who's this guy?"
You mean Rocco, who had the reality show back in the day? You mean the Rocco? Is that who you're talking about?
I don't think he has a reality show, but he's kind of the man. Maybe he should. Maybe he
Interesting.
should have a reality show.
So I always like to come on this show and bring you something of value. So I did a
All
little
right.
work. I did a little work this morning on ChatGPT, and I think New Year's Eve 2027 is going to be a big day for you because on that day, it is both the end of the week, the end of the day, end of the month, end of the quarter, end of the year. You're going to get
Wow.
all the candles there. So
Many candles.
right? What sort of wine goes with that day? What would you
Barolo.
drink? Okay, of course. That's your go-to, right?
I mean, for monthly candles, yeah, I go Barolo. Like
Yeah, but you got the whole smash here. You got everything. You get yearly candles, quarterly. They're all going to fall on one day.
And I'll tell you why I go Barolo. Because Barolo is high acid, high tannin, high alcohol. Right? Like you're getting the trifecta. And it's Italian. So, I mean, Italians, they don't mess around. Dude, I fucking love Italians.
If you say so, man. You're my go-to sommelier.
Would I ever let you down? Would I ever let you down?
No, you never have.
Man, we were having lunch at that Vietnamese place, and I ordered a Cabernet Sauvignon. They brought me a Chardonnay.
Yeah, I know. And then you just said, "That's fine." Now this.
Well, I was thinking about maybe getting a Chardonnay, to be honest with you, because it goes well with the food. And I ordered a Cabernet. I forget why, and they brought me the Chardonnay anyway. I was like, "Oh, that's good." You know?
And Blake was aghast that you would order wine at a Vietnamese restaurant. He's like, "Can that be any good?"
He was disgusted with me across the board. I kept going for more food. He's like, "You're still eating?" Like he was.
They brought an extra table. They literally brought an extra table, put it next to ours, so that they could fit all the dishes on there.
That's how to do it.
Yeah,
that's how to do
how
it.
the pros do it. Yeah.
Brian Lund, highest monthly close ever for the Russell 2000. Highest quarterly close ever for the Russell 2000. Highest monthly and quarterly close ever for S&P 500, NASDAQ, New York Stock Exchange Composite. The list goes on and on and on. Tesla, highest monthly and quarterly close ever. Quick little double there in the old Tesla. No big deal.
Sounds bearish to me. If I'm to hear what the people on Fin Twitter saying, that's the most bearish thing that could happen. I mean, I am just aghast at how many people out there are so bearish right now. And I guess that's good because, that gives us more people to take money from as we climb that wall of worry. But I don't get it,
So I got money to put to work. Had some options expire, raise some cash. I got money to put to work, Brian. Let's talk about some ideas. You are a guy that you don't give a shit about the government. You don't care about the economy. You don't care about most of the things that I care about, quite frankly. You are just in your own universe. You're just a technical trader looking through stocks. The idea flow coming out of you is just consistent, and I appreciate that about you. So I kind of need a guy like you right now to give me some ideas. What do you got?
Well, let's be clear. I care about all those things in my life outside of the market. We can sit at a bar at 12:30 and have a discussion on all those topics. But when it comes to making money,
maybe 12:30 p.m.
Yeah, 12:30, day drinking, maybe.
Day drinking, yes.
I'm not quite as, Kenny. I was just watching Kenny before. He's mercenary when it comes to stocks. He'll cut them, and that's because he's a very fast, active day trader. I'm not quite that mercenary, but I try to keep all my personal opinions out of the market. That being said, I mean, there are just so many names out there that look good. One of the things I like when a stock doesn't do what you think it should do, right? And so when I was on here last month, so people out there don't know I'm here the first Wednesday of every month, I was talking about a stock, ASTS, right? AST Space Mobile. And it looked good, but since then it broke down, but it rebuilt. And it's been very tight the last couple of days, and the chart's repaired itself. And so I like it when a stock breaks down and you think, that's it, it's done. But then it firms up, it recaptures those levels. And so I like that. Today it's actually up quite a bit pre-market because they got a big announcement yesterday. But I think that is a long-term stock. I think it looks good from a technical standpoint. Another little under the radar stock, which is kind of a robotics / logistics play, is GXO. I think that looks good. And then there's just a slew of names that, the names you're going to, crowd.
GXO, industrial from Greenwich, Connecticut.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Connecticut.
Brian
Lund, have you ever been to Connecticut? I'll take the under.
Yeah, no. So I clipped the edge of Connecticut once. I think it was in Hartford, right? Hartford's in Connecticut, right?
Barely.
Yeah.
Hartford is the worst part of Connecticut.
Yeah, right. I didn't eat. Well, let me tell you, didn't I? I told you this story. I think when we had Vietnamese food, when my wife's family came over here, the U.S. government didn't want to deposit all the Vietnamese refugees in one area because they didn't want to
I
overwhelm
thought
the
you said
population.
deposit.
So they split them out right across the United States. They had to stay wherever they were sent for a year. And my wife was sent. Her family was sent to Connecticut, and so you go from this tropical, humid place that you've grown up your whole life to snow, right? So we actually went back and visited the town where she was sent for that first year. So yeah, I have been to Connecticut.
4 of the greatest years of my life were spent in Connecticut. You know, college was great. So this one, so GXO, huh?
Big hedge fund state, Connecticut, right?
Not so much the state, more so that the town closest to New York City, and then
Yeah.
not the rest.
Greenwich.
Yeah. As soon as you cross Fairfield County, right? So as soon as you cross, when you leave New York, that first stop right there, that's, you know, that's where the money's at.
People
Hedge fund
don't realize
capital of the world.
people don't realize how rural those states get so quick. You know, you get north of Manhattan, you get up into the Poconos in Pennsylvania, you get outside of Jersey, like all of northern New Jersey is like farmland. It's crazy.
New Jersey's a great state.
Yeah.
Underrated. One of the most underrated states in the union is the great state of New Jersey.
Yeah. Now I got one more crazy name for you. Okay,
All
so
right, what do you got?
we have this resurgence this year, last year a little bit of 90s stocks. Like people forget that Nvidia was a hot stock in the 90s. And then we see Intel, right? That's gone crazy. We even have stocks like BlackBerry, BB that have woken up. I know you like bases. There's a stock. The name is Cisco. It is in a 25-year base. It is at the top edge of that base. I think that's just something to watch, right? Remember, Microsoft was in a 13-year base. People said Microsoft is where money goes to die, and then it broke out, went crazy. Well, we've got a 25-year base in Cisco. Not saying it's a trading vehicle, but I'm saying it's something to watch.
No, I like where your head's at there. I like where your head's at. Also, don't look now. eBay, all-time highs.
Right. So, you know, I was telling someone this story earlier this week. My goddaughter was born on December 31st, 1999. And I told her parents, I said, hey, I'm going to put $1,000 into Cisco stock and college is paid for, right? Because that's how hot Cisco was. And I figured 18 years from now, you know, she could go to Harvard. It's worth about $760 right now, but it is a big base. So we'll see what happens.
You were better off in the Cisco, the food company, SYY.
SYS, yeah.
Now that's a chart. This is the other Cisco.
Isn't that crazy?
This one looks really good. Is it a consumer staple? Yeah, right.
Must be.
Look at this chart. Throw up slide 2. This is the better Cisco. This is the one that you should have put your goddaughter's money in.
Yeah.
Take a look at this bad boy right here. It'd probably be worth a little bit more. There you go. Look at that.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow, look at that. Base on base.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda, but not exciting. JC, the young Brian Lund, the young BC Lund, would never have been stuck in a. I don't even what are the logistics, right? They supply restaurants, right? Isn't that what Cisco does with stuff?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I see their trucks. Their trucks are all over the place out here.
They are. They're always delivering food. We used to get our French fries from Cisco when I worked at the hot dog joint, Arbetters. Shout out Arbetters Hot Dogs in Miami. All right, Brian. You know, we talk about pot around here whenever you're around because you know it's like a joke at this point. We have to. But you know, drugs. You got pot. You got psychedelics. I mean, they're making moves.
Well, I'll tell you, the best swag that I found at Future Proof was this PSIL. I don't know if you can see it here. Let's see.
Dude, that is great swag.
Right. From Advisor Shares. Eddie got me this. Eddie Elfenbein got me this from their. So I think there's a lesson to be learned about the recent move in MSOS. I've been bagging on pot perma bowls for years, shiving them. I've been on this show talking about it. But a few months ago, if you go back to these shows archives or you look at my Twitter feed, I said, okay, pot's firming up. It's actually looking good. You don't have to wait 5 years for a story to play out. You can wait until the technicals support your story. And I think that's what a lot of people have missed in this whole thing is that opportunity cost. People have parked their money in this dead sector, just say, give it time, when they could have just waited. It could have waited until the technicals firmed up a little bit, gave them better risk reward. But yeah, that whole sector is looking good. We've got the president of the United States is literally signaling that he is on board. I mean, he put a video out on Truth Social on Sunday night talking about the ethnocannabinoid system. I mean, it's obvious something is coming down the pike. If I had to guess,
How much Truth Social are you consuming these days, Brian?
So here's the thing. I'm not on Truth Social, but I follow people that are. So when they tweet or, it gives me a filter. Like I don't want to be on Truth Social, but you have to know what the trader in chief.
The Trumper is tweeting over there.
Yeah, the trader in chief. You got to know what he's doing, right?
Trader in chief. Wow. The orange man is now the trader in chief.
Right. So I think, if I had to guess, and this is just totally theoretical, because I think there's going to be something involving RFK where maybe they're going to adopt cannabis therapies or, with possibly veterans or something that's going to have a little bit of a government stamp. Obviously, rescheduling is a big deal. And then obviously safe banking is the big one. But that's dependent on Congress, and Congress can't seem to get anything through. So, yeah.
So do you want to just go straight to the pot? Or do you want to go the next derivative of the old psychedelics, little mind medicine? If you want to throw up slide 2 there, please.
Yeah, psychedelics are tough. I mean, I bought some names 5 years ago when the latest revival about the idea of psychedelics was around, and all of them went to zero. It's a tough area. I think PSIL is not the worst thing to keep an eye on, but I don't think you can trade these. These are things that you just have to say, here's some risk capital. I'm going to put it in there because I believe in this story and, see how it plays out. It's just so early.
It just looks like such a favorable risk versus reward situation there.
Right.
A couple of years ago, hey, Brian.
Hey, Steve.
I don't even know if JC knows this. It was really strange. He called me up one day. He's like, "You're going to Austin. I want you to go to this thing." I didn't know what the fuck it was. You remember this?
Yeah.
And it was like an influencer psychedelic mushroom retreat at some like desert spa, like hippie situation.
Like a Burning Man for like psychedelics investors.
And like, it was a bunch of other, like, I don't know, financial influencer, other people. And everybody was just trying to sell you on like microdosing and peyote and like,
yeah.
Which one is the peyote? Is that where you lick the frog's ass?
Why did I go there?
No, peyote is a plant, and it's it's got a lot of. If you ever read any of Carlos Castaneda, very southwestern Native American plant used in medicine, and now they're you can take peyote buds and trip, as the kids say. Like, the funny thing is, like, I've never done a drug in my life, so I don't know any of this stuff. That's that mercenary part. Like, I don't really care. Like, I'm not making a judgment on whether psychedelics are good or bad, whether pot's good or bad. I'm just making a judgment on whether I can make money. It's like Kava, the stock Kava. Like, I don't care if their food is good or bad. I think it's bad. All right. But their stock is bad too right now. So, if their stock turns around, I'll buy it, even though I could get better Mediterranean food at the local Greek family restaurant.
That's right. Brian, funny that you're talking about this drug use. That's actually what we were talking about last night at the bar at 12:30 at night. I was talking about drugs, about how if I didn't have any kids, then I would do the drugs, because I've never done drugs, right? I'm not going to start now. But if I didn't have any kids, I would go do like the things with I would go through one of these experiences. Most likely, I don't know if I would actually go through with it, but I would really consider it. I also would probably want to go to space. Also, I'm not going to go to space, all right, because I have kids. So I'm not trying to go to space. I'm not trying to do drugs. But if I didn't have any kids, I would consider maybe going to space and maybe doing some drugs.
Yeah, I think you can do both at the same time, right? You take drugs and then go to space. Isn't that how
I don't know. I don't know.
I'll tell you one thing. There is a big movement for, I would say, 35 to 65-year-old, seems to be men, of switching from drinking alcohol to microdosing. I know a lot of guys. I talked to a lot of guys at Future Proof that said, I quit drinking, but now I microdose.
Yeah.
I know. It's not for me.
Dude, my partner Kyle out in California, we just harvested 3.8 tons of Cabernet Sauvignon. He's like, dude.
I thought he was going to say mushrooms.
No, he does farm a lot. Who knows what he's growing back
Chateau
there?
Fibonacci getting into mushrooms. Is that the next move?
He's got some fun plants mixed in there. He's got some fun plants mixed in there.
No, we don't. But up in Dry Creek Valley, the marijuana plants and the Petite Syrah grow very well together. So you'll actually find that a lot.
I had a great Petite Syrah this weekend. Babcock Cellars Petite Syrah, very good.
Dude, Petite Syrah is such a California thing. Nobody on earth drinks Petite Syrah. Like nobody.
100%. But it's
just
great.
A California thing.
Yeah, but it's great with a steak, you know, especially if you're someone like me that doesn't really know as much about it. Just it seems to pair really well.
Petite Syrah with a steak. That a boy, Brian. I see you, dog. I see you.
Brian, you like these cryptos here?
Petite Syrah with a little dessert chocolate, little little dark chocolate, little sea salt.
Yeah, I like creme brulee. But what were you saying, Steve?
These crypto coils. Are you involved?
Crypto coils. So I've been in and out of BMNR over the last couple months.
Set back up.
What's that?
It's set back up. I was just looking at it.
Yeah, the only thing I worry about these treasuries is it seems like every day someone's got a treasury, right?
Yep.
And it does feel a little bit like, what's the moat here? Like, what's the differentiator? Can everybody just do it? Again, I try not to think about that too much and try to watch the.
You're already going way too far, I think.
Yeah, you're probably right. Right, and I think Coinbase looks interesting here too. We were just talking before you got on, Steve, about when a stock breaks down and then it repairs itself. That's kind of a signal. We were talking about ASTS, and I think Coinbase just recently did the same thing, and it's right at the all-time high VWAP, which I think is interesting.
The Wyckofian word for that nomenclature would be a spring. Spring, where you get that little
Wyckofian. I like that. I like that derivative of Wyckoff.
It's for me. It's you gave the Bears a chance, and it's so important. Like uptrends that are sparked right after the Bears had a chance tend to be just fiercer and faster. Than all things equal, not having that little shake. So it really
aligns with that concept of when you get a false breakdown or a false breakout, you often get very fast moves in the opposite direction. And that's price probing levels and trying to see, are there more buyers here or more sellers, right? So you're getting a lot of signal in those things. And also the best part is you can define your risk a lot easier, right? You can see a level where it bounced off of and you go, well, if I get below that, I know I'm wrong for sure.
All right, I'll give you a spring that's printing right now. MicroStrategy. They just tried it. They broke it down for one day, bang, right back into the range. And I look around, MicroStrategy tends to trade in a similar fashion to these old Bitcoin miner treasury stories. Riot, CleanSpark, Mara. Trust me, MicroStrategy can do really well when those aren't doing well. But when those are doing well, MicroStrategy is almost always doing well. And look at the candles you're getting from that little basket. Later.
Dude, that little whipsaw to the downside. I mean, I shouldn't say little whipsaw. That was a serious whipsaw.
Like I'm so long MicroStrategy here because this is like it's perfectly actionable, right? If you're wrong on this trade, we probably know by later today, tomorrow, and you're out a couple dollars. Oh well, boo-hoo. So
another one that's looking interesting too is Wolf. WULF, not WOLF.
These stocks have been so strong. That thing's coiled so nice. Already came out of a beautiful, textbook trend reversal.
Well, I think look, I'm not a big seasonality fan, but I think seasonally, I think this is a good time for crypto traditionally. So
we're going to get Bruce Frazier on. Bill, you're absolutely right. I love Bruce Frazier. We're going to reach out to I know Bruce. He's awesome.
Speaking of seasonality, I got a signed copy of the 2026 Stock Traders Almanac from Jeff Hirsch when I was out at.
I still don't have mine.
You don't have yours? Oh my God!
He says it's in the mail.
Yeah, I saw him there at the Wiley booth, and he wrote to the tallest and best looking attendee at Future Proof.
Mr. Brian Lund.
It's his opinion. I'm just saying what he said.
That's awesome.
Steve, we missed you. We missed you out there, buddy.
I missed all you guys.
It was a lot of eating.
I know. I
You know
heard
what we're
all
going to do
about it.
next time? So they have this. I almost hit you up about this. So I couldn't find it, but they give you the option to bring your spouse for $100 at Future Proof. If I'd seen it in time, I would have just got an extra one and sent it to you.
Yeah.
You made
I'll
my
be my
spouse, Steve.
Next year, if they fuck up again, I'll be your spouse.
Yeah, that's
I'll
right.
go as-
I'll give you
Brian,
my plus one.
Bush was pretty good, huh?
Oh, so look, I got to comment on this real quick. So mostly an East Coast crowd there, right? They're more into, like, I would say, hip hop and whatever. So they're all milling about, and there's Blues Travelers, which I like. And everyone's like, I can't believe that Bush is coming on after Blues Travelers. They all thought that Blues Travelers should have been the headliner. And I said, Bush is going to come out here and punch you in the face, and you're going to love it. And they're like, what did Bush do? They came out and they just punched everyone in the face. And when they were walking out, people were just like, oh my God, that
Really?
was so, yeah. And
It was
you
awesome.
you forget how many great songs they had. Right. I mean, like, I was like, oh shoot, that's a good, so it was fantastic. And then, we went to the most dive bar in Huntington Beach with the whole Ritholtz crew. Like, you should have seen the eyes of the waitresses on a Tuesday night when all of a sudden people start flooding into this bar.
And there was a girl there playing. There was a girl playing. She was from Massachusetts, and we told her that we had just seen Bush. She's like, "Are you serious?" I'm like, she was like, she was literally about to play Glycerine at the bar randomly, not knowing that Bush. And I was like, "Hold on, wait for everybody to come," because we had a ride. They walked. Brian Lund drove us, so we were there in 2 seconds. It was fantastic.
I was sitting there. Josh comes in and he comes over to me. He goes, watch, this place is going to blow up in about 5 minutes. And sure enough, it blew up. It was crazy.
Yeah, great.
Brian Lund, always a pleasure, sir.
Thanks,
Thank
Brian.
you.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Lund, adios.
See you next time.
All right.
Dude, I had Machine Head in my head for weeks after that.
That'll happen.
So good.
Like, I hadn't heard that song. I couldn't tell you the last time I heard that song, and it was stuck in my head for weeks.
Would have loved to see that. Yeah.
All right. It's been like a month or more since I've been on this show with Mary, so I'm excited to bring her out right now. Mary, let's
Bring her out.
Yep.
Mary in the house.
Mary.
Hey, good morning, guys.
What's up?
All right, Mary, I got money to put to work. Give me some ideas. What do we got? What do we
Oh
got?
my goodness. Oh, there are so many ideas, JC. You know what you need to do? You need to get into Rangefinder and you need to start doing some filters. Just a simple, super easy one. Just sort by entry price. And you're going to find all of our trade ideas anywhere from any of our universes that are
smart.
actionable today.
That's
so
smart.
if you want to
See
go
what
shopping,
you did there, Mary. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
I like that.
I mean,
Damn.
that's one of my go-to moves, right? And, you know, you guys are always talking about certain sectors or certain industries here on the morning show. And, you know, if there's something in particular, like when we were talking about China, I was searching by country and just narrowing down by China and entry price. I got a ton of great trade ideas when we were hot on China. And right now it's small caps. And so, JC, just go in, search by entry. You're going to find a lot of great trade ideas. I brought a couple along with me today.
Biotech's making new highs today again.
Biotech's spicy, right? So one of my favorite charts. So before we get to the smaller stuff, one of my favorite charts, you guys have already touched on it today, is Tesla, just because you mentioned it at the top of the show, right? It's new closing, monthly highs. And I mean,
She said it, not me.
How can you not love
that? Tesla's been on my list for like 2 weeks. Yeah.
Right, exactly. It's been the kind of the breakout that we've been waiting for above 400, 435. It's been sideways here for several years. And of course, well-deserved after that massive rip prior to. And so, you know, next leg higher, in my opinion. So if you're not long Tesla, I don't know what you're doing. So this one is kind of front of mind for me. And I've been in, but I was adding to the position as we were clearing the 400. So Tesla, I love it. I love the chart. Also, one of my other favorite charts right now, you guys just talked about this one too, Coinbase, right back there at the former highs and flirting with that 350, 400 area. And again, even Brian said, drop the WAP. And that's exactly kind of the price area that we're right around. So you can even jump this entry with using that VWAP as confirmation from the highs earlier this year. And I think Steve even was talking about this yesterday on his new show. If you haven't caught his new show, The Open Bar, that was fantastic. Thank you, Steve, for doing that. But
Great name. It's a great
It
name.
is, isn't it? But this is also just for Coinbase, obviously massive base by the smile. We talk about this one all the time. And it's about the space in general. And you guys were just rattling off a number of miners. They're all on my watch list. Some of them look really tight and coiled, ready to go, ready to spring. And, it just feels like there is time here for the miners to play some catch up. We've had some leaders, but the laggards, there just feels like they're ready. So those are on my watch list right now. Coinbase, of course, top of mind, just because the chart looks so nice. So those are kind of the big ones. Also IWM, and if we break out, do we, don't we? That's the big question. But when you get into looking into the small caps, there are so many trade ideas that are setting up right now. I brought a couple along from, actually, I found these in Rangefinder, and biotech has been a space that I have been fishing in for several weeks, if not months now. This one, Nuvation Bio, NUVB. So we've got a VWAP anchored from the IPO. We are trading right there. And
There's some big candles.
Yeah, there are some big. Chart. It is biotech, Spencer.
Yeah.
They have the tendency to move, and when they move, they move. But, we've got a great bearish to bullish kind of hopefully resolution here, where if we continue past this VWAP, we've got kind of some highs there at around, let's call it 4. If we start to clear 4 with some authority, bearish to bullish resolution and path is up, in my opinion. So this one has my attention, along with several others that, again, if you get into Rangefinder, you'll find a bunch of other spicy charts. And then the last one that I brought along is a quantum name.
That's great.
Is this Arkit? I'm not sure on the pronunciation, because I feel like there should be a U in there. Isn't there always a U after a Q?
Almost always.
I don't know. It looks nice. That's all I have to say. So, and again, VWAP anchored from the highs. We're trading above it right now. Basically, I'm looking for a move, let's say above 41.42, close above that 41.42 level, and bullish to bearish resolution, or, what am I trying to say? Basically, the base is in.
Bearish to bullish.
This is so bullish.
Reversal. Thank you. Yes.
This is so bullish. It's half arc, half Qs.
And quantum.
Spencer makes a great point there.
I gotta buy this right now.
It's got quantum in the name.
I like what you did there, Spencer. You're spot on.
This is great.
People in the chat talking about the Neo. Throw up slide 2 there, the new slide 2. Mary, what are your thoughts here? This is the Tesla of China, or one of the Teslas of China, or this is like the smaller EV of China. It's not terrible.
It's not terrible.
Highs.
What an insane chart. This stock has always been so crazy. How many 90% drawdowns has this stock had? It has
this
several.
Is the Lucid of China is what we're getting here. Lucid of China. I don't even know what that
means. Speaking
of
Lucid, I saw my first Lucid on the road yesterday. It was at the gym, actually. I had a really funny license plate on it too. I won't mention the plate just because confidentiality.
What is Lucid? What is this?
It's one of those.
It's a much smaller Rivian. I don't mean like the car is smaller. I mean the company.
Well, the
is
stock's
smaller.
up 10x in the last month.
Yeah, it was part of that EV bubble from a few years ago, and they're still hanging around clearly because Mary saw
10x in a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, if you were to draw a trend line on that downtrend, I mean, it looks like we probably would have broken it at this point, right? We're headed back up.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and you got the bullish divergence there, and I believe that's what RSI at the bottom, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, that looks nice. Above, the 750, get above that last high.
This stock went from $1 to 70 during COVID, and now from 70 to like 3. now it's doubled again. So,
isn't another interesting one? Isn't XPEV the same?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Same idea.
Same idea, and that's got a really nice chart too. That one's been on my watch list. So yeah, there's just, again, there are so many and again, you guys have talked about it. It's the throw dart market, but there are so many charts that look so spicy right now, and a lot of them are in the small caps. A lot of them are China still. It's a fun market. It's a really fun market. So it's been fun to go shopping in Rangefinder and pull up charts and take some trades.
Speaking of going shopping, Mary.
Yeah.
If you guys throw up slide 2, chat's on fire today. Shout out to the chat. This is Louis Vuitton. Very much spelled wrong. Very much spelled wrong. LVMU.
Oh man. Oh god.
How bad is that?
Oh my. Is this one of our charts?
What is this?
Here, throw up. Just refresh it. So, the question is this? Are we going to have a monster top in LVMH in the middle of a raging bull market with rotation into consumer discretionary?
Looks like a little whipsaw, no? A little shake and bake?
Looks like a hell of a whipsaw. Man, look at this thing. Who's in the chat chiming in? This is Billy Cunningham. Shout out Billy Cunningham. Look at that sucker. Woo!
It's a nice little find.
Wow.
It's also
filling
like
that gap too. It filled that gap from end of 2020. That gap and go. It just filled that. Man, this thing looks great.
Last I heard, the consumer is not dead.
I just love that people think consumers are broke and can't afford anything, and like, oh my god, like the kids, they can't afford anything. They're lying to you. They're lying to you. Consumer discretionaries are making all-time highs.
Yeah. All right. Does anyone have a recess? Because I don't particularly.
Mary,
I did.
Let's do it.
You did? Oh,
I did bring a recess.
I didn't
I'm
see
not
it.
on very
Okay.
often, so
all right, let's do it.
Lots to talk about. Okay, so you guys know that I love like my happy place, especially during the day when I need to like take a break from the screen and from work, is to go outside. In the summer, I have flowers, and so this spring I planted about 80 dahlia tubers that have now finally erupted into this sea of beauty. So this is my happy space, and winter is upon us, and I'm already starting to become a little bit depressed because I know everything's going to die, and then I don't have my happy place to walk around in the yard. But I wanted to share my, happiness with the rest of our audience, just because we look at a lot of red and green during the day, and this is just a bright explosion of everything else. So,
wow, nicely done.
Thank you. Very proud of my flowers, and so I had to share them with everyone else.
Nicely done.
That's all I got.
If you want to throw up, the new. Here we go. Throw up the new slide 2 there.
Yeah,
I want to give a shout out to Chef Rocco. Everybody, go give him a visit. He's the man. He brought out so many things for us. Just had such an amazing time. This place is a vibe. Look at this place.
Ooh. What was the cuisine?
It's Italian.
Well,
right?
his name is Rocco.
Oh, yeah. That should have been a giveaway.
Yeah, he's over from the east side of the Abruzzo areas where his family's from and everything. Place was a vibe, Josh Brown's like, yo, this is my new favorite place in New York City. And I was like, all right, let's go. So I went, and the chef watches the show, fan of the show. So guys, Upper East Side, 82nd and 2nd. Dude, the pasta, the pasta, it's all homemade pasta, but the pasta that they make where they do this like water filtration system and then they cook it in the sauce, something like that. Ask them about that. That was the best pasta I've ever eaten in my life. Holy shit.
Okay.
I'm not even at the pasta. It was out of control.
I think our next.
We all stopped. Like we were talking and like arguing and like, dinner stuff. And then all of a sudden everybody shut up. Like, wow, this is unbelievable. Unbelievable. The pasta. So good. Shout out to Chef Rocco.
I think our next PA New York is going to have dinner.
Dude, 82nd and 2nd, man. I haven't
fantastic.
hung out in the Upper East Side in a minute.
Wow.
Nice to be up there. All right.
Haven't had a pasta in a minute. You're making me want some pasta.
I know. Now I'm hungry.
Good.
It's time to get some breakfast.
All right.
Good.
All right, let's get out of here. I know Strazza is about to put on a trade, or maybe if we're breaking a multiplier people. Kenny's going live at 11. Jeff Mackey live at 1 o'clock for his weekly retail show that I do with him. And that's what we got. So thank you for watching. Thank you, Mary, Brian, Kenny, chat, as always. Go make some money, all right?
Adios.
Bye, guys.
I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs.